To SPOT, which is Strengthening Postdoctoral Training on Research Leadership and Management. As you've read in your program, we will start with an introduction and overview session. And there are a few things that we will do for the introduction and overview session. First, we will have an introduction of participants and facilitators. And then we will have a look at some ground rules for the workshop and also an overview of the whole program. But before we go through all of that, I would like to invite Professor Iwan Dwi Prahasto as our Vice Chancellor to give a few opening remarks before we start the workshop. Professor Iwan, please.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, special guests, distinguished guests, Professor Alan Pettigrew, and Mrs. Oza Alson. Welcome to Yogyakarta and all the participants of this course. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to the very important spot, which is the strengthening postdoc training for leadership and management. This will be important for everybody. I mean, the young staff, everybody is young here, so I feel much younger than them. I feel like I'm in the environment where I'm joining this, and I will be very happy to join this. Unfortunately, I may not be able to join you until the end of the training. This training will be very important for academic staff in facing the future of Indonesia, the future of leadership in this country and also in this institution. Universitas Gadjah Mada is a big university with 58,000 students, with about 4,500 staffs. We have to plan our staff better in the future, and they will be part of the leader in the future. So it is important being with Professor Alan Pettigrew and Dr. Oza Alson, and adapting, and also learning how to deal with the future of research and how leadership will be built in order to have better future. This university, Universitas Gadjah Mada, is also proud that the Faculty of Medicine, in collaboration with L.H. Martin Institute of Melbourne University, in conducting this very privileged course. And I'm sure you will be happy to join this. And at the end of the course, this course will open your mind, inspire the staffs, and also giving a new view of the future of the Indonesia. Again, thank you, Professor Alan Pettigrew and Ms. Olson. I'm very sure they look forward to having your goal statement and also valuable inspirations. Thank you very much. On behalf of Universitas Gadjah Mada, we also thanks the organizing committee, Dr. Yodi, and the deans of the Faculty of Medicine, deans and vice deans, I mean, for conducting this. This course is funded by Belgium Development Corporation. I hope this will be inspiring all the participants, and I hope this course will be fruitful. Thank you very much.
Now, as Professor Iwan has mentioned, this is a collaboration between Gadjah Mada University and L.H. Martin Institute, University of Melbourne. So next, we would like to invite Professor Alan Pettigrew on behalf of L.H. Martin Institute to give a few words for his opening remarks.
Vice Chancellor, very nice to be here, and thank you for your very warm welcome to us both, Asa and myself. a little bit of background about the L.H. Martin Institute. It's about 10 years old. It was established by the Australian government 10 years ago to support training and development programs for academic staff in Australia for leadership and management. And my interest has always been, over my career, has been in medical research. So when I was invited by my colleagues at the L.H. Martin Institute to come to them after I resigned or after I stepped down as being a Vice-Chancellor, I was delighted to rejoin the L.H. Martin Institute a few years ago. And my main interest has been in talking about research leadership and management. So it was terrific for the L.H. Martin Institute several years ago to be in contact with OSA, who at the time was working at the OECD in Paris. And she was responsible for a large number of programs and funding to support staff development in an international sphere. So we have been running programs now over the last 3 or 4 years, where we take our experience and work with other people from other countries, other cultures, other environments, to learn for ourselves, but also to transmit and to try and facilitate good discussion about what makes good leadership in research and so on. So when Yodi, who attended a workshop we ran in Langkawi last year, we had some discussions over a couple of days about how to progress leadership, management, training, development in countries that are looking to lift their performance in the Asian region, in Africa and so on. Yodi came, was representing here the Indonesian environment at that meeting, and as a result of our interactions with Yodi there, he's now invited us to come here. Osa and I are delighted to be here because we understand how enthusiastic Yodi is about all of this work, and through the connections that he has helped us develop, we understand the level of enthusiasm amongst all the staff that you have. Vice-Chancellor, particularly your Dean, who is here and looking after our programs. So we're absolutely delighted. I should also say that you mentioned at the beginning of your remarks about the youth sitting around the table here. I looked up on Wikipedia this morning that Universitas Gadjah Mada is 6 months younger than me. Your official documents were signed in December 1949, yes? I was born in July 1949, so I am claiming to be the oldest person in the room. But put aside my age, I'm still very enthusiastic about this topic, and I hope that we will be able to work with you, discuss with you, and help you come to understand the sorts of things that are happening internationally, as well as provoke you, most of all, into thinking about what you need to do next. This is not an instruction from us. This is us provoking you into thinking and discussing. And I am hoping throughout everything that we do that there's good discussion around the table. So even though I might be the oldest person in the room, I'm not necessarily the wisest person in the room. Okay, so when you have a question, I will encourage you to ask the question, and don't be shy. Don't be reserved about asking a question, because the best way to learn in these sorts of workshops is to have a chat, have a talk, engage in conversation, and that's what we'll be doing through the 3 days. So thank you, Yodi.